But all right, great. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close out the show, guys, with our last segment, our topic of the week. Topic of the week for this week is a news story that we really wanted to put more focus on from the other news stories. It's a recent report that has came out that we've covered in the past the rumors of a PlayStation 4.5 being released. Well, the report that has recently surfaced, and by recently I mean today, at the time of this recording, is that not only is the PS4.5 real, but its codename is Neo. Yes, Neo as in The Matrix. And that it is most likely due for release March 2017. So, according to Tech Wizard's Digital Foundry, overnight reports of the PlayStation 4.5 codenamed Neo are indeed authentic. So, basically...
Al dente.
Yeah. So...
I don't even know why I said that. Like, just ignore that.
But Giant Bomb also, they were the ones that kind of popped out the news and the report and stuff like that on it. But they're claiming that Digital Foundry is claiming that they have, seen it, and that Sony is actually openly sharing details on it. And that the console's the real deal. And this is a quote from Digital Foundry. They say a second gen test kit, again not based on the actual retail shell, goes out in June. Sony gives more intensive Neo briefings at its DevCon event in May, while code submission for Neo-compatible titles begins in August. And they said that it's most likely that it'll be released March 2017. And of course, Sony hasn't made a comment on this or anything. Actually, there's more to this news. I don't know why it's not in this article. I guess I picked a wrong one, but there was something else I read where basically the Neo console, or Neo PS4, whatever you want to call it, that when it comes out, games are going to be compatible with it, but reportedly it's not going to be like a new 3DS situation where certain games are only going to be playable on new 3DS. Apparently what Sony reportedly wants to do going forward is that every PS4 game going forward is going to be playable on the PS4, the one that, is currently the one that we own. They're never going to make a PS4.5 only title. They will never do that. However, they are going to require developers to make, to develop the game so that it will run better on the higher, the better hardware in PlayStation 4.5. But never is they're going to be an exclusive, supposedly. If that's the case, dude, I gotta say I'm still not interested whatsoever in a PlayStation 4.5. I so don't give a shit about that. I don't care. I'm going to stick with my PlayStation 4 until PlayStation 5 comes out. Like, it's as simple as that. I just don't care. I don't care for, like, a halfway update, Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know how else to put that. It's definitely, let me tell you, it's an interesting, like, future going forward with this. That, remember Microsoft was reporting about them doing something similar as well. So it's very interesting that this is really supposedly proceeding forward, that they're going to be doing these like midway updates rather than a full-on next console.
Yeah, like, I think to take away anything to talk about PS4.5 is like the biggest slap in the face from Sony to 40 million people who bought an inferior console. Just a couple of years ago, and they've already started tinkering with like an idea of like, because what I don't get is that this is a situation they're making with almost like the PS3, but in the sense that they're making games for a powerful console. Yeah, it's going to be like a hassle for developers to make two fucking games.
Yeah,
like making a game for like two consoles, even if they are the same, it still causes that problem. It's like, why don't you just have the PS4 run now and then bring out PS5 in 2019 and have that transition just be a bit smooth? Because like this is something as well I found whilst we were talking anyway. You know who Cullen Moriarty is, don't you?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, he tweeted something where he says, a trusted source tells me most developers are not happy with PS4.5 and having to develop around extra cross planning and other nonsense.
Yeah.
That was his tweet. So I kind of taking that into context, applying with this. It's great. I can understand why, because it'll piss people off, because it's like, yeah, you want to launch VR and everything else, but then when this kind of comes into it, people are like, what?
Yeah.
It kind of even pushes out people where people are like, when you just invest into a PC and just get one console, you can play on it forever, and then it's just like, and you build around it.
Yeah.
But this is, I'm not really, I'm not sure about it. I'm not hugely so because I'm like, I'm in the same boat as you. Why should I get rid of my PS4 and get a
Exactly.
PS4.5?
Exactly. Yeah. It just I see no, I don't know. I really don't think consoles are made to be almost like PC-esque, where like, oh, well, depending on what system or what version of the console you're playing will depend on like its frame rate, its graphic stability. I mean, like I don't know, it just seems like really fucking selfish and like jumping the gun. Like, you have such a large install base on PS4 already because it's selling so well. The only benefit that 4.5 is going to give is for like the hardcore enthusiasts or the people that don't own the system yet and decide to buy one. Then in that case, unless it's more expensive, that's just, it's going to sell better or whatever. Actually, dude, I found the comparison chart while we were talking. So basically, okay, the CPU, and I don't know any of this the
Mumbo jumbo
yeah, like I
lingo.
don't really
Yeah.
get it, but here's the kind of like the bottom line. So for the current PS4, its CPU clocks in at 1.6 gigahertz. Apparently, the PS 4.5 is going to clock in at 2.1 gigahertz. And then on top of that, the GPU is an 18 Radeon GNC that clocks in at 800 megahertz. I think that's how you say it. Whereas PS4.5 is going to be a 36 GNC unit that clocks in at 911 megahertz. And then finally, the memory is going to go from 176 gigabytes to 218 gigabytes. So yeah, so 20. Yeah, that's basically it. Uh, so, dude, again, none of this really connects to me. None of this really, like I think it's really only beneficial for people that don't own
VR.
a PS4. Yeah, or people who are gonna get
It's
VR. Yeah.
basically 4.5, and the idea of what I've read and everything else is basically the main modifications are catering towards VR.
Hmm.
And it makes sense as well, like, obviously, because I don't think VR will really run as smooth as it could unless you had, like, a better PS4 running it.
Yeah.
But it's just, as I said, it's constantly more hassle because, like, people have just bought a console. And I'm sorry, but even if you are a Sony fanboy or whatever else, the exclusives on this console have not warranted its purchase at all,
Yeah.
including PS Plus free games as well. What have we got from PS Plus? Like, anything good? Fuck all, except for, like, Rocket League.
Yeah, but dude, at the end of the day, just the concept of this like mid-level update or whatever, and it's exactly what you just brought up as well about like how Sony should really be more investing their time in fixing things like the PS Plus offerings.
Fucking hell. Like,
You
yeah,
know?
there's a million other things to fix. But the other thing is, if they're increasing numbers that they have, like they're almost outselling Xbox 2-1 from some of the reports I've seen.
Hmm.
How many people are going to go buy a PS4.5? Maybe you appeal
Yeah.
to maybe a couple of more people, but the amount you can manufacture and probably the amount you can sell. Because from what I've read as well, they say like it doesn't really affect games that you buy and like everything still works. Why should I just go and buy PS4.5 for what the extra specs? I'm not
Yeah.
getting VR at launch. I'm not getting half the stuff. So what's the point?
And that's another thing too. I wonder how they're gonna do this. Is it gonna be like new 3DS where like they're gonna offer like you could still buy a PS4 and they're gonna give it like a massive price cut, or you could buy a PS4.5 for like the price that a PS4 was, or are they just gonna straight up stop manufacturing PS4 and only manufacture PS4.5? Like I'd be curious about that too.
Yeah, definitely. I
Like
definitely agree with that.
yeah, like is this going to be like when the Slim PS2 came out or like the Slim PS3 came out? You know what I mean? Like I'm curious to see what they're going to be doing with that. So, I mean, time will tell. This report just I don't know, man. I'm still not like, interested at all. I mean, E3 is right around the corner. It's like 2 months away, less than 2 months away. So, it'd be interesting to see if this. I mean, this sounds like a like a E3 announcement. But yeah, well, I'm sure Sony will clarify. Hopefully, what route they're going to go. Very out of character of them, though. If they do pull a Nintendo, like they've never really done something like that. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you'd hope so. You'd hope so, but like
Yeah.
I'm not surprised they're doing something ridiculous. 4.5.
I just hope.
It's just gone.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I just hope Sony doesn't go back to that stupid mentality of like $599 US, like shit like that. Like, like selling like PS3 that time frame at the beginning of PS3's launch, Sony were like drunk with power because PS2 was selling so well. So I really hope they're not going back there because PS4 is selling so well. Like that would
Maybe they
just
are.
yeah, that would really just suck, man, if they kind of like go back to that crappy level. It's like seeing your
Yeah,
friend, who was in rehab, go, like, go back into it or something.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, dude, I guess.
Hmm.
Oh,
I'll close the show out 4.5 style. Yeah, so this concludes this week's episode of the Gamer Headline Show. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at TGH Show and like our official Facebook page, The Gamer Headline Show, for up-to-date episodes from Gamer Headlines' podcast. Additionally, The Gamer Headline Show can be found on Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube, and, of course, right here at GamerHeadlines.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
yeah. Take care, guys.